What's up guys, Captain Arya from the Esports Club here with some pretty awesome news. Now as you probably know, we've been running the WD Black TEC League for Rainbow Six Siege powered by LG Ultragear for the past few months. As we come into August with our final season of the league, we wanted to celebrate with you guys who have made this an amazing experience and an extremely successful esports event. We've teamed up with some of our favorite partners to give away an entire esports PC for one lucky viewer. Yes, one of you is going to take home a complete PC featuring some of these awesome parts. First up, we've got the LG Ultragear 27GL 650F gaming monitor, 27-inch, 144Hz, 1ms with an IPS panel to make sure you're at the top of your esports game without sacrificing picture quality. Then we've got an amazing lineup of accessories coming in from HyperX to make sure that you're always on top of your game. Cloud Stinger Core gaming headset. For the keyboard, you've got the awesome HyperX Alloy FPS RGB mechanical keyboard. Then your mouse is the HyperX Pulsefire Surge. It's got a brilliant RGB all around the mouse. For the mousepad, you've got the HyperX Fury S. That is the speed edition of the extended mousepad. And then of course for your memory, you've got the HyperX Fury RGB RAM. You've got 16 gigs at 3400 megahertz. Next up, we've got the WD Blue SN550 NVMe SSD to make sure you're spending as little time loading and booting up and spend more time gaming. And then of course, at the heart of this PC is the Ryzen 5 3600X CPU. Now, as you know it, at the heart of every gaming PC is a great GPU. So we've teamed up with Zotac Gaming to give you a brand new RTX 2060 because frames win games and there should be nothing between you and top of the line performance. Next up, we've teamed up with NZXT, who make some of the best and most premium PC components on the market. Powering your PC is going to be the C850 fully modular power supply, and your cooling solutions are going to be taken care of the Kraken X63 all-in-one liquid cooler. Now, we wanted to make this PC something truly special, and while the NZXT H510 Elite is a great cabinet for anyone, it wasn't enough. We teamed up with NZXT to give the winner of this giveaway a brand new NZXT H510 Siege Edition cabinet. This is a limited edition licensed Rainbow Six Siege themed cabinet from NZXT. There are only 500 of these in the world and just a handful coming to India. The side panels of this cabinet are themed in the wall and door reinforcement designs from Rainbow Six Siege, and there is an illuminated 6 icon on the front panel along with a 6 icon charm and a puck in the signature breach charge design, which is only available with the H510 Siege. And one lucky winner on this giveaway is going to get a full esports PC sitting inside this beautiful cabinet. Now that you know everything that there is in the giveaway, the question is how you can take part. Well, it's fairly simple. First, head on to the link in the description of this video. Once you're at the giveaway landing page, fill out your details and follow the instructions. First, head on over to Facebook, make sure you're following us. 2, make sure you're following the Esports Club on Instagram. And 3, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Simple so far. Now the interesting part. In a 1-minute video on Instagram, tell us why you deserve this epic new PC from the Esports Club and all our partners. Make sure you follow the instructions carefully, use the right hashtags, tag the right accounts, and you can be one step closer to winning this epic setup. Now that's it guys, just a little bit of work and you can be one step closer to getting yourself your dream PC. I'm Captain Arya and this is the Esports Club, and we hope to see you in our next tournament.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Justice. Let the glorious battle begin.
For Rainbow Six Siege powered by LG Ultragear for the past few months. As we come into August with our final season of the league, we wanted to celebrate with you guys who have made this an amazing experience and an extremely successful esports event. We've teamed up with some of our favorite partners to give away an entire esports PC for one lucky viewer. Yes, one of you is going to take home a complete PC featuring some of these awesome parts. First up, we've got the LG Ultragear 27GL 650F gaming monitor, 27-inch 140 panel to make sure you're at the top of your esports game without sacrificing picture quality. Then we've got an amazing lineup of accessories coming in from HyperX to make sure that you're always on top of your game. Cloud Stinger Core gaming headset. For the keyboard, you've got the awesome HyperX Alloy FPS RGB mechanical keyboard. Then your mouse is the HyperX Pulsefire Surge. It's got a brilliant RGB all around the mouse. For the mousepad, you've got the HyperX Fury S. That is the speed edition of the extended mousepad. And then of course for your memory, you've got the HyperX Fury RGB RAM. You've got 16 gigs at 3400 megahertz. Next up, we've got the WD Blue SN550 NVMe SSD to make sure you're spending as little time loading and booting up and spend more time gaming. And then of course, at the heart of this PC is the Ryzen 5 3600X CPU. Now, as you know it, at the heart of every gaming PC is a great GPU. So we've teamed up with Zotac Gaming to give you a brand new RTX 2060 because frames win games and there should be nothing between you and top of the line performance. Next up, we've teamed up with NZXT, who make some of the best and most premium PC components on the market. Powering your PC is going to be the C850 fully modular power supply, and your cooling solutions are going to be taken care of the Kraken X63 all-in-one liquid cooler. Now, we wanted to make this PC something truly special, and while the NZXT H510 Elite is a great cabinet for anyone, it wasn't enough. We teamed up with NZXT to give the winner of this giveaway a brand new NZXT H510 Siege Edition cabinet. This is a limited edition licensed Rainbow Six Siege themed cabinet from NZXT. There are only 500 of these in the world and just a handful coming to India. The side panels of this cabinet are themed in the wall and door reinforcement designs from Rainbow Six Siege, and there is an illuminated 6 icon on the front panel along with a 6 icon charm and a puck in the signature breach charge design, which is only available with the H510 Siege. And one lucky winner on this giveaway is going to get a full esports PC sitting inside this beautiful cabinet. Now that you know everything that there is in the giveaway, the question is how you can take part. Well, it's fairly simple. First, head on to the link in the description of this video. Once you're at the giveaway landing page, fill out your details and follow the instructions. First, head on over to Facebook, make sure you're following us. 2, make sure you're following the Esports Club on Instagram. And 3, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Simple so far. Now the interesting part. In a 1-minute video on Instagram, tell us why you deserve this epic new PC from the Esports Club and all our partners. Make sure you follow the instructions carefully, use the right hashtags, tag the right accounts, and you can be one step closer to winning this epic setup. Now that's it guys, just a little bit of work and you can be one step closer to getting yourself your dream PC. I'm Captain Arya and this is the Esports Club, and we hope to see you in our next tournament.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
Ready to breach.
Go, go, go! Follow my lead! Flashback!
What's up guys, Captain Arya from the Esports Club here.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the W Black Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege, powered by LG Ultragear in association with AC Fibernet, Zotac Gaming, and Games The Shop. I'm your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host and analyst, Baba Gusta, and our admin, Mr. Reborn, as we are here for the beginning of Week 2 and Day 3 of Division 3 in Season 5. The final season is on week 2 already, and oh boy, the journey is a fun one. There's also a fun ride ahead, of course, because it may be the final season, but it is far from over. But before we get into the first game of the day, we've got a reminder for all of our viewers at home to check out the socials of the Esports Club on Facebook and Instagram for the giveaway of a limited edition Rainbow Six Siege PC. There's only 500 of these across the globe, and of course this PC features a special Rainbow Six Siege themed PC cabinet from NZXT themselves. A very, very good one, if I do say so myself. So, if you want to have a chance of getting one of these for yourself, check out the Esports Club on Instagram and Facebook for details on how to enter the giveaway and the link in the description down below. With all that being said, the first game of today is going to be Team L2K versus Team SAW on the map of Theme Park. The auto map bend system working wonders for our variation right here, as right now we are here on this beautiful theme park, albeit in abandoned theme park, I believe the whole lore behind it goes. But with all that being said, the match is an exciting one, and our analyst Baba Gusta has some interesting insights to share. Baba, over to you.
Well, thank you, Jack. Coming in on the side of Team L2K, just like we actually talked about, 4 former Union Gaming players and 1 from Reckoning Esports, that would be Rad. So they have won against K11 7-4 on Cafe, and I would say they have basically a deadly combo. They actually did, however, lost against Sync Ignite on 7-5 on map Consulate. I believe that was on the offline map, but their performance coming on the side of Division 3 is really good, known for the fact that they have been qualified to Season 3. Now they have to fight and climb up to the rank, and hopefully we can be able to see something great happening on Division 1. So coming back on Team SAW, it's basically their win-loss ratio is around 1-1. They've won against Sangfroid Esports on a map Coastline 8-7. It actually did went to maximum overtime. He actually made a lot of interesting plays on Coastline with quite a lot of new strategies being seen from that specific team. A deployable shield being used, a lot of rotations being made on a side which we didn't even could see. And coming on the side of attack, saw Hellboy. He was on point, getting those important very important attack fragging kills. So coming on to the community votes, we've been seeing L2K having the most at 64%. While we see on the side of Team SAW it is 36%. So most of the fans are favoring on the side of Team L2K because there is a lot of fan favorites on them. But will you be able to see a major upset coming in as SAW will be able to take out L2K? We have absolutely no idea, but we will actually get to see it in this specific matchup. Theme Park will be the map, and the first match in which we're going to be seeing SAW defending on will be on second floor initiation room and office.
Absolutely. Thank you for the beautiful analysis of the game right there, Baba, as those interesting rotates and lines of sight, and of course we are going to be looking forward to not just those, but also to the players popping off one by one on each other. It's going to be a very, very interesting game indeed, as both of these teams are here effectively fighting for the third spot. A quick look at the standings at the end of week 1 shows the fact that L2K currently stand above SAW just by 1 position. L2K on 3rd, SAW on 4th, and L2K only stand on 3rd because their round conversion ratio is actually higher than SAW's round conversion ratio. So they're going to be looking to make sure that, SAW will be looking to place 3rd today if they win it, while L2K, they'll be looking to get a better position, maybe 2nd, hopefully, who knows. They'll have to win by a slightly larger conversion ratio for this game if they want to go up to 2nd, but then again, the calculations are going to be revealed at the end of the week, the play week, the entire play week for that matter, and the new standings will reflect on what goes down in the divisions between today and tomorrow, and of course Division 2 and Division 1. Looks like there's a little bit of a server lag issue going on currently. The players are talking about it, as it looks like we're going to have to go for a rehost right here from the side of the admins, because this kind of lag is unfortunately unacceptable. And yeah, the rehost will be in play. There we go. That's the game. We'll be right back.
Oh yeah. Going through my head like a jet plane, going with the lights on. Turns out it started with a fight tonight. See me in the car going right to your door. 5 minutes later, I'm down on the floor. Thought my name was Reggae, better tone it in, babe. Listen to your mama tell you how to behave. Filling up every cup. Drink it all bottoms up. Always end up on top. Drink it all bottoms up. Bottoms up. Bottoms up. Oh yeah. Going through my head like a jet plane, going with the lights on. Turns out it started with a fight tonight. See me in the car going right to your door. 5 minutes later, I'm down on the floor. Thought my name was Reggae, better tone it in, babe. Listen to your mama tell you how to behave. Filling up every cup. Drink it all bottoms up.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the game between Team Live to Kill and Saw on the map of Theme Park. Apologies for the rehost that we had to have just a little while ago, but the server was lagging a little too much. And unfortunately, you know, we had to take that rehost to make sure that things are better for all of our players in the lobby. We're going to be going back to the same site and having the same ops in play from both teams as well, because the round had already begun for both the teams. We were already well within the bounds of the prep phase, so you know it's got to be that way. And right now we will be heading to second for initiation. Wait a minute. Weren't we on initiation? We were indeed. Well, regardless, we're going to be going to second floor. The defenders have chosen their
Attackers need
side,
to
of course,
locate
and
and
let's have a
defuse
quick look
bombs.
at both of the rosters in the lobby from these two teams. We've got JV, Blank, Rats, Nos, and Fados from the side of Live to Kill, while from the side of Saw, we've got JD. Okay, JV, JD. It confused my brain for a second there. But JD, Play, Hellboy, Dadgum, and Messi from the side of Saw. And it should be a pretty interesting match that we have in play. Just as Baba said, you know, both these teams, they won one, but unfortunately lost one as well. And they'll be looking to make up
10
for
seconds
that
left.
second
Bomb
loss that
located
they
by
had.
attackers.
Yeah, that second game loss that they had
5
in the
seconds to go.
previous week. In this week, hopefully getting a flawless week, but you know, somebody has to lose, somebody has
Attackers
to
are
win.
heading out to
That's
defuse
why
the
we're here
bomb.
today, to find out who that winner is and who that loser is for the sake of the standings. Blank, he's got the Maverick with a suppressor on. All right, I like it. The Maverick suppressor, pretty unique one in the way it looks. But of course, he's got the colors all covered up with the weapon attachment skins right here. And I like the sound that Maverick's gun makes when it is suppressed. It's one of those gun suppressor sounds I actually kind of like. Just for the sound, I would run the suppressor over the standard compensator or flash hider. But regardless, we've got Fatals pushing in towards the side of Initiation's office right now. This is the Montaigne. He's got to be careful how he makes this push happen. Of course, he's got Blank for cover. Along with JV, Nos is the one droning them in, and Rats is pushing towards the side of Initiation, to try and maybe bust into Bunk. However, Bunk, of course, it's reinforced. So is the office wall, and that's where the hard breachers will come in. Fatals is going to have to hold off waiting room while playing. He was in an interesting position right there on the yellow stairs ledge, which is yeah, it's a dangerous spot with the Maverick in play, because if you are playing the yellow stairs, you could be peeked and taken off the board, and that's not what you want from your Legion. That's why he's gonna pull back for the time being. JD's got to be careful as well. I think his shoulder or his legs were peeking for a second, as the push towards Bunk is already in. They're trying to break open the Bunk door as Rats is underneath. All right, that's interesting right there. The flashbang came in from the Thermite to try and dissuade any tricking that could have happened from the side of the defense. Grenade comes in, it's not going to find anything. Rats' grenade was misdirected by the Wamai magnet as the creatures finally run down. Blank and the Thermite are holding it down as Rats has found Play, who tried to rotate down the hatch. Unfortunately, he'll be taken off the board for his trouble, and that's the first kill for the side of L2K to start things off. Fatals is here towards Bunk, as Hellboy is desperately holding on to the waiting room door because Nos is the man pushing. The smoke pulls back. He's allowed to survive for the time being, as Rat has taken the Guma into his shin. He's got to be careful because that Guma has given his position away to the side of the defense. Gas canisters coming out. Demonte's taking a bit of damage while he was throwing his own smokes. Some blind firing going on right now between both sides to try and maybe get a lucky kill. Rats is going to be repelling onto break room. In the meanwhile, Hellboy goes down. That's Blank with the kill, as one more defender is off the board. There's a down and a kill in play from Messi, who finds another one. Will he find a third? I think he has. Yes, he has. And JD takes down Blank. In the meanwhile, Nos finally gets a kill for himself as Dadgum goes down. But is that a trade? I think that may have been, leaving Messi and Rats the last one standing for the side of both the teams, and less than 10 seconds remain as the sledge is making his way towards side. Rats has got to be careful right now. He's coming up the balcony. Messi could see him. He's covering the diffuser pretty well, just waiting on the other side on Initiation. Rats has to go for the kill. He's unaware of where Messi is, and the time will run out. Unfortunately, the clock was ticking, and it ticked to the finish line before the kill could be confirmed or the plant could come off. He had a Guma in his shin, and of course the Jaeger had an excellent position. All he needed to do was just hide. He did exactly that, as round one goes to the side of the defense. Saw with the early round right there coming back. Really, they were down 3-5, and they came back to make that a 1v1 that they won, all down to Messi with his brilliant positioning. Round two is underway, and we're going to be heading to Initiation and offices.
Well, that was a great recovery coming in from Messi, getting those two important kills, eventually dropping the diffuser down on the side of L2K. Rats, he was quite late, knowing for the fact that he had his leg was actually kind of stung from the Legion Guma instead, which it gave him the inability to plant the diffuser, which gives L2 saw the win on their first defense or second floor bunk on map Theme Park. Let's see how well that they're going to be performing on round two. Second floor Initiation and office in the site, and Saw, I believe they did have some a little bit issues when it comes to on the early phases of the site. We actually did see Rats covering up any loose ends that Saw was trying to get onto, and it actually didn't work out quite well in the first 2 minutes, but only at the execution phase they did not had any exact information on where Messi was, and he actually took that to that opportunity. But will we be able to see some changes coming in from L2K's attack strategies? I mean, we'll get to find out in this specific round. We're going to be seeing Rat placing his drones on the side of the Dragon Stairs hallway, which is, I would call it as the Dragon Stairs hallway, because the Dragon Stairs hallway is around the second floor, in which you're going to be able to hold an angle on the side of the throne room. But I think I'll be able to call it as the 90s hallway instead, which connects through the The lockers room, yeah, the lockers room would actually work out. Anyways, the attacks will come in, and we'll be seeing Fatals playing as the Montaigne, the smoke grenades, and a powerful shield that can cover his opponents when they try to plant for the diffuser. But the only thing is that they need to take out some of the roamers who are currently holding an angle. Maybe taking out Hellboy would actually work out, or Legion's Gumais to just take them out, and it would work them in their favor. Deployable shields and ADS is being used inside of initiation room, and that is where Hellboy is going to be holding a specific angle, making sure that they won't be pushing on the side of the radar room. Shouldn't provide any problem to the side of Saw. We'll be seeing attack execution coming in, as they're going to be pushing on the side of cash room, while Play is making a crossfire angle connected from the cash room. Now, that angle is very powerful when it comes to getting those important kills, especially when a trade comes in on the side of defenders. I believe that is one of the grenades being tossed out from Rats, and oh, that is a really great angle. He can be able to take out the head, and look at that, Rats, he's going to take out a Play, and JV will also do the same in taking out two of the important operators on the side of Saw. Oh my goodness, make that a 3, a lovely grenade coming in, even though a Jaeger said yes as being present, and with that, Fatals is going to confirm planting the diffuser on the side of initiation rooms, as Rats is going to continue his carnage. Headshot taking out Hellboy, which leads to the only operator mute. He's going to get taken out from Fatals himself. A huge melee with his shield to confirm the kill, as L2K will assert their dominance, winning their first round on second floor initiation room, as we're going to be proceeding to round 3. The only question is, will they be able to take the same side again, or will they change to first floor throne room? And I believe they're just going to stick it with the same side instead. Second floor initiation room it is. A lot of great early kills coming in, especially Rats and Blank. I believe, yeah, it was Rats and Blank getting those important kills, especially though that nade kill was so supreme. And with that, we'll be proceeding to round 3.
What a way to begin. At least get their first round in. L2K bouncing back from that first round loss, where they almost had it, mind you. It was still the early L2K round. Unfortunately, you had Messi and JD to pull things back in round 1. None of that in round 2, as they made sure, the attackers made sure, to shut them down before things got hairy. And that's why Live to Kill, they got a flawless round out of that. Especially, you know, Fatals pushing in with the Montaigne. That's a lot of pressure right there. Montaigne, even when he's not really doing much, even when he's just sort of wiggling around a doorway and just staring you down menacingly, all Mexican standoff style, it's pretty intimidating, I would say, because you know you're always expecting something. The Montaigne's gonna do something. You're like, okay, it's gonna happen now. It's gonna happen now, and it doesn't happen, and you're sort of stuck in this loop of anticipation that eventually creates a feeling of, you know, will I be able to counter it? Will you know the shots go off? Will everything work properly? And there's a lot of questions that go in with it, and you know that could just be me, of course, because whenever I go up against a Montagne, I tend to get chills down my spine. But just in general, Montaigne is considered a pretty terrifying attacker. Fatals bringing in the pressure with the French mountain, as it were. And he's going to be doing it again this round. Looks like he's pretty dead set on maining the Montaigne in this match at the very least. While Rats, he's looking for any Valkyrie cameras. I don't think there is a Valkyrie there. In fact, is not. So I guess he's just admiring the scenery. I mean, it is a pretty beautiful environment on Team Fight. Don't get me wrong. Oh, Play. He's got to be careful right there inside the break room. Rats didn't spot him in time, and that's why Play is able to make the escape last second. The Legion barely getting away with his life, as Blank's taking a bit of damage. So has JV, but Blank, trying to breach open the hat, seems to have been shot by Play, the man we were just talking about. And just doing a bit of damage, the Legion doing his due diligence to make sure that the attackers are nice and weakened up before the push to side happens. Messi playing by the office door to bathroom is going to be seen by the Montaigne. Not much you can do about that. Again, lots of pressure just by the Montaigne wiggling around here, because you know there's somebody behind him as well, as Messi's going to pull back. Shots are being fired by the Fibernet as well to try and find a defender. Not going to be finding anybody as he's opening up the cage sash door. There we go. The gas canisters are in. Fails, taking a bit of damage from that. As Play will start things off, taking down JV. The Thermite is on the board, and that's a huge drop right there from the side of the defense. JV is going to go down, leaving it in a 4 versus 5 to the side of the attack. Fatals looks like they want to push waiting room. Okay, this is going to be pretty odd for the side of the defense, excuse me, the attack, as a Blank's taking a bit more damage where he's sitting. The man's got to be careful. He's taking damage from all corners right now. As once again, Montaigne is being challenged by Play. He's doing what he can, but there's a Sledge right behind him. The shots are in, and that will go down. The Legion is on the board. Play is on board. The Montaigne has pushed in to try and find a kill while the waiting room is being held down by Sledge. Nos, in the meanwhile, is going to get a kill on the Hellboys. The plan is going off. Messi's found Nos. The refrag is in, but does he know the plan's happening? He does not. He sees the Montaigne. He'll be down, and Fatals with the Monty plays. He's going to get one as Blank finds another. Dadgum is on the board, and JD trying to get to the rotate. He's going to meet the Montaigne at the worst possible moment, but oh, okay, a little bit of misfortunate timing right there for Fatals. He wanted to retract, but he got smacked with the butt of the gun. Blank was there for the refrag right at the end, and that gives the side of L2K yet another round. Not a flawless round, not really the cleanest round either, but it was a good round nonetheless. In the meanwhile, Nos, oh dear me, Nos has disconnected from the game, and looks like Play has as well, as looks like we are going to be heading into a rehost right here, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be right back on the other side. I mean, wait, is it a rehost or not? What happened? What happened to Saw right there? Well, I guess Messi's going to have to be the one to talk to his team about this, because this is a very interesting situation. We didn't see a rehost request come out from either team. So,
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
yeah, that's got me right stumped over here. And, yeah, now Messi's the only one here. Well done.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Oh, it is. I think that's an understatement in this situation, ladies and gentlemen. But, yeah,
Attackers have located a
regardless,
bomb.
I guess, I mean, I'm not sure. Messi's still talking to his team, obviously. That's why he's just kind of sitting here inside an initiation. He's just sort of going to be running
Attackers have
around
discovered
here.
the location of a bomb.
And, yeah, now it's
10
up to
seconds remaining.
Saw what they want to do, because Live to Kill didn't ask for a rehost. They just sort of sat there.
5
They
seconds
were
remaining.
confident on Nos coming back, I guess. And looks like it'll be Saw who'll be the
Attackers
ones asking for a
objective
rehost
is to defuse
eventually. And that is that is just so unfortunate, ladies and gentlemen. But we are going to be right back on the other side of this rehost that is finally getting underway. And we'll be right back in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Oh yeah. Going through my head like a jet plane, going with the lights on. Turns out it started with a fight tonight. See me in the car.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the game between Team L2K and Saw on the other side of the second rehearse that we had to call, unfortunately, because of course, there was it was really a comical situation that we found ourselves in. Nos disconnected from the side of L2K, but L2K never actually called a rehost. Play disconnected, and then the rest of Saw, assuming it was a rehost, I guess, decided to leave the game. And then Messi, who was the last one standing, was caught in a situation where he had to call the rehost to get his team back in the lobby. That's why it was Saw's rehost and not L2K's rehost that was taken. Saw, unfortunately, will be losing their rehost off of that. Of course, both teams get one rehost per game, and L2K, they keep theirs off of that very, very weird situation that we found ourselves in. Regardless, enough about what just happened. First floor, Armory and Throne Room is the site of choice right now on round 4. It is 2-1 in favor of Live to Kill, who have taken two very, very impressive rounds on second floor initiation. While Saw back on Bunk, they came from... They were in a 3 versus 5 situation, which they managed to pull back into a 1v1, all down to Messi versus Rats, and unfortunately Rats could not find Messi and take him out before the round timer went to 0. That's why the score right now is 2-1 on round 4, as we are about to enter the last 10 seconds of the prep phase.
10 seconds remaining.
The L2K, they're going to be trying to preserve a few drones here and there, get their drone economy running. The Echo is in play from JD. Of course, the Maestro is banned. So is Mira. So the Echo is going to be in play today. They've got the Mute, the Jaeger, the Pulse, and of course the Legion to round things out. Fairly standard theme park related team from the side of the defense. Operator Loda, shall we say, play in the meanwhile. Okay, he tried to go ballsy right there. Unfortunately, wasn't able to find anybody. No damage done either, as all he did was just run out, take a little jog at the beginning of the round, and came back before he could do much to begin with. Fados pushing into Gong Room. He's the Montaigne once again, and he's gonna have to be careful on how he makes this push happen. Because as we saw in the last round, even if Montaigne is a very terrifying operator in Rainbow Six, he is susceptible to his occasional issues here and there, as we have gotten to see before. The knife from JD, well, it's counted as a knife. He really hit him with the butt of his gun on his midriff, but regardless of semantics, it was still a kill. Oh my god, a couple of his last one. Right now, Messi in the meanwhile is going to start things off by getting his own kill. Blank is off the board. That is a Maverick. That is a huge drop right there. I'm not really sure where the Maverick got dropped. Oh, okay, outside of the barrels window. That's a pretty brave peek right there from Messi to keep the Maverick outside of the building. Especially around there, there's plenty of cover for an attacker, but looks like there wasn't enough, as JV's going to be going for a breach. Is Dadgum going to be able to impact trick it? He's going to do most of it. He's going to throw another one, get rid of a few more, and those Excarus pellets have only made a line of sight for JV. He's going to be a little disappointed with that, but at least he got to waste Dadgum's impact grenades. Round 4 is moving forward. Fails is trying to push in, but there's the Echo drone to stop him from going any farther. JD and Messi are a little low on HP, while Rats he's on the second floor doing what a sledge does, making vertical lines of sight to give his teammates the advantage, while Dadgum's going to find JV in the meanwhile, and JD gets taken down by Rats. 2 versus 1 is the situation right now as the C4 comes in. It's not going to find anybody, but Rats is actually down, and Play might as well have just secured the round, leaving only 2 attackers remaining, Fatals and Nos. Hellboy is up here. He's trying to find anybody on the second floor with Messi, but there's only Rats bleeding out on the floor. Now, Nos is actually going to come back to try and revive him. He's got to be careful on the wing area. Hellboy's going to peek, going to get taken up for his trouble, as Nos is going to take that first kill. He's going to go for the revive, and Messi's going to collect on both, getting a triple kill, as it's all down to the Montaigne in a 1v2 now. He just found the Legion. He's going to try and find the dog, but pre-firing that door isn't exactly about to help him. Air jabs are going off on the other side of the map as the Montaigne is slowly pushing up. He's still ADS. He could be taken off the board. He sees the operator, but he's not going to get the kill. Play is playing this pretty smart, as only so much time remains for this Montaigne. He's going to take a Guma into his shin. There's somebody behind him, and he'll be taken off the board as well. Messi with the quad on round 4, ladies and gentlemen, is going to give the side of Saw their second defensive round on round 4, giving themselves the equalizer, early game equalizer here on a Theme Park. Round 5 is underway, and we're going to be heading back to second floor bunk and daycare.
Well, for a moment there, we actually thought Rats would be actually be revived from NOS, but one little bait is all it needed for Saw, so that one little bait from Dadgum is all is required for Messi to get those 2 important kills, leaving Monty all by himself. And I was quite, it's really quite great to see how they played it out, especially Play and Messi, I believe, both of them holding a crossfire angle to bait the Monty out of the specific building so that he can be able to take him out. A really great praise coming in Saw, as they're going to be winning their second defense on first floor armory.
Being defused by attackers.
And as we going to proceed on round 5, they will be defending on second floor bunk yet again. We actually did see them successfully defend on this specific site. With getting those 3 important kills, especially Messi with those great flanks, great kills coming in. With the only thing for L2K to keep their most focus on is definitely Messi, because he will entirely mess up the whole coordinations coming in from L2K, and it is quite, it's not quite working well out in their favor. And when it comes to the Montaigne, they did not counter properly for the past 2 to 3 rounds on round 2 and round 3, where L2K won. But this time I'm quite glad that they actually did adapt to Monty's locations as well as the players' positionings, because each and every time the Monty playing as, with that extendable shield, it's more of like a bait so that the defenders might peek in and get those important kills. But there will always be that one attacker who always holds an angle behind the Monty to get those important kills. Well, in the previous round we actually did see Saw doing that bait, and this time it wasn't the Montaigne, it was the Nomad, in which it actually did work out in Saw's favor. This time, progressing to round 5, as we're going to be seeing a push coming in and a Kali being played from a blank. That 12x scope, he actually sees the shotgun of Mute, actually doesn't see the head right from below. That is very close where Kali is heading on to. He actually pings it, says that there is one operator playing on the side of the waiting room, so that call out might work out. So Blank, I believe he's basically just waiting it out. Oh, actually, never mind. For a moment there, I thought he was holding on waiting room, but instead he has a deployable shield being placed on the side of yellow corridor. I got a little bit of confused where Kali was holding an angle. I thought a little bit of that wall bang could have worked out, but yep. It's sad to say that it didn't work out. Well, one of the flashbangs being thrown on and gets caught from the Vamai's ADSs. Keep that in mind, it is 2-2, and we have exactly no idea who's going to be on the lead. So in this round, we'll be able to determine who is going to be on. The Mute Jammer trick quite working well in their favor, as we're going to be seeing Kali uses his CSRX, unfortunately taking out some of the Excaido spell is being used. Because here's the thing. Thatcher and Kali are basically not the same. It always has its own plus and minus points. So we're going to be seeing a Smoke using his smoke grenades to successfully reduce the HP coming in from Fatals, but still he will survive. And look at that, Rats finding that first frag. Well, he always try to take out the Roamers, getting that advantage. That is, I would say, not an early kill. That is a kill on the minute, and with that they don't have a lot of minutes to even get onto the side in which L2K is having a lot of problems to face on. Not just the Mute trick that they've been doing, done from Dadgum, but also using the gadget from the CSRX didn't quite work out well in their favor. Smoke's being thrown in from the Montaigne, and look at that. Here comes Rats from the yellow stairs as he takes out JD. They're slowly gaining cover, but the only problem is they don't have exact location of where exactly the other operators is. Messi taking a lot of damage as he takes out Fatals, but he will definitely take out Rats. They're giving the opportunities a chance, as we're going to be seeing Fatals planting the diffuser, but he doesn't see Messi being played on the side of Upper Arcade where North takes out Blank. He's going to be switching out with the SMG, taking that important frag out of Hellboy, and looks like Fatals is down with that C4, and they don't have enough amount of time to even go for that perfect cover. Blank, on the other hand, covering his teammates. You'll be seeing a JV holding an angle.
Attackers are activating the
Going to be working out. Yes, it does, and it is now a post-plan situation. And look at that shot. Messi with a triple kill. Make that a quad, and he is on a roll. One more kill to confirm, and he will be getting this ace once and for all. But the problem is he doesn't have enough of time. 30 seconds left, and he doesn't have exact location on where JV's location is. 100 HP, Type 89 primary assault rifle, which is quite difficult. And look at that. The first frag comes in from JB himself as he denies the ace of Messi, giving L2K the lead that they desires. L2K winning round 5 on second floor bunk, and we're going to be seeing round 6 their final defense. On round 7 we're going to be seeing a role swap coming in, as we're going to be seeing Saw attacking. So this final chance, final defense could be able to determine whether or not Team Saw will equalize the round or give the lead to L2K.
Ladies and gentlemen, a quick reminder of the fact that Theme Park is actually quite a defender-sided map, and that stays true despite the results of this game so far. And that, of course, means the side of L2K have performed exceptionally well against the defense of Saw, especially, you know, when Messi has been performing the way he has, pulling out, or well, almost pulling out the round 5, a quad kill for the man, even though the Montaigne really wasn't technically his kill. That was a C4 from the mute, but you know, semantics aside, it was a quad kill. Could have been an ace, but unfortunately the Hibana's position was unbeknownst to him, and that's why he unfortunately met his match. Round 6 is in play as the scoreline goes into the advantage of Lift to Kill yet again. They're pulling round after round right now. Well, not quite round after round. Round 4 was Saw's victory. However, Saw only have 1-2 defensive rounds here. And going into the... Excuse me right there. Going into the attack, 2-4 down would not be a good situation to be in at all. And they would like to avoid that for sure, as a Lift to Kill would like to have that 4-2 scoreline going into round 7 roll swap, because they'll be going into the defense and being defense on Theme Park on the second half of the game. In the advantage on the scoreline already is a big step towards winning out the match, at the very least getting to match point. A fairly standard defense coming out here from the side of Saw. They've got those deployable shields, one towards cafe door, one towards waiting room door, holding down the long angles, and a little bit of a roam as well, probably on the first floor or towards the side of initiation, question mark. Actually, I don't think there is a roam. They're mostly playing close by to site. I think it's pretty much all of them in sight, or at the very least playing the corridor. He's got to be careful right here. Blank, he's going for that, going for the play on the yellow corridor. However, he's heard out the Mavericks blowtorch. He's going to be putting down goo mines all over the place while minding that, giving the callouts to his team. JD will be manning the cover on the angle, or is that going to be play? They're just busy deciding for the time being. They've got the yellow ledge wall of Cafe soft at the very least, so they can go for a quick rotate down yellow stairs via that escape route if they want to, while we have a breach coming in towards the side of the main bunk wall. The Mute Jammer should have been taken off, as the Hibana's hard breach will actually not happen because the Mute Jammer is not done yet. The Mavericks got to be a little careful on how he makes that play happen, and he will actually get it. The Mute Jammer's gone, and that means the hard breach from the Hibana will come through as well. JB doing his job with some teamwork and help from a Blank, who's currently peeking the waiting room door all the way towards Bunk's site. Dadgum playing towards the side of Bunk as well. He's got to be careful. He's got Hellboy for cover on the main hatch, on the main breach right now. He's going to be throwing down more and more gas canisters as the Montaigne is trying to find where this smoke is playing. Another gas canister goes out, but Hellboy has lost all of his gas canisters. The Maverick, that's Blank, is trying to make a play happen. In the meanwhile, through the corridor wall, will he find the Legion? Not just yet. Less than 48 seconds remain for the side of the defense. Oh dear me, there goes the sledge, as Noss is going to find play in the meanwhile, and Hellboy goes down too. Dadgum was the one with the C4 just earlier, as it's a 4 vs 3. Once again down to Messi, Dadgum, and Saw. As the plant is coming in, it'll be heard out. Dadgum's approaching. He's going to see the Montaigne. Not quite. He's going to find him. No, he's going to get taken out for his trouble by the Hibana. JV with the cover through the smoke, as JD is going to come in and take down Noss. He's going to get refragged onto for his trouble by Blank, leaving it at a 1 vs 3 for Messi. The Jaeger, the last man standing. He's getting peeked from the bunk door, and once again, he's got to pull this out for his team. He's got Fadas approaching, but to no avail, because there's Blank from inside of Bunk itself, I believe. A wallbang from the Maverick is going to finish off the round, and L2K are going to go into round 7 roll swap. 4-2 in the advantage. That is a 4-2 attacking first half on the side of a defender-sided map like Theme Park, and now they're going on the defense, which means that they're going to have an even bigger advantage. So they're playing against the tide right now, and it's a battle. It is definitely a battle I do not envy them taking.
Well, 3 post-plant wins on the side of Team L2K as we're going to be proceeding to round 7. We're going to be seeing L2K on defense to see how well that they're going to be performing. Rats, I just have to keep an eye on him as always, as he's been performing really great. We actually saw him performing. We actually did see him performing really well on the map cafe yesterday, I believe, when he was going up against KL11. That was a really great match. We actually get to see Rats quite making a lot of great amount of angles that we did not, expected to see. We're going to be seeing a little bit, as we going to progress on the scorecard, I actually wanted to talk about Messi. He's been performing really great on the side of defense, getting those important kills for the past 2 rounds, I believe. First on second floor bunk and round 4 on first floor armor, where we actually did saw great crossfire angles being opened where Messi takes the final kill. But we almost did see an opportunity. It didn't quite work out because he didn't know the exact location of where Fair Fatals was, I believe, who was playing as the Hibana. I have absolutely no memory of who was that specific operator was playing, but it was a really great attempt. But in the end, L2K gaining that strong lead 4-2 in their favor, and since that they are on defense, things are not going to look well on that side of Saw. They're going to be as they are the one who's going to be on attack. Now, since Thatcher is banned on the side of attack, it will be very difficult for Saw. So the only thing they have to rely upon is either the Jackal or the Heart Breachers like Ash or Sledge, in which he can be able to use the vertical lines of sight as his advantage. The only problem is they need to get control on the side of Initiation Room and Office Room. That's where Rats is holding on to, with the ADSs being placed to make life of Saw a really difficult place. And look at that. Never mind. As I was almost about to talk about Rats, Messi actually, messes my rhythm off. I'm really sorry with the puns, but still, he actually did mess my rhythm off. As he's going to be taking out Rats, providing the control on the side of Office and Initiation Room, I believe. Here comes the drone out. The C4 comes in. Boom. Blank taking that C4 kill as he takes out Messi. That is a trade coming in as both of the fraggers on L2K and Saw are out, which we have to the players that we do have to rely upon is either Hellboy or Nos. I heard one of the C4s being tossed out, so that is a total of 2 C4s being gone on the side of the defenders. L2K, no C4s, but they still have those smoke canisters, and it will be used on the hatches of the hallways on the side of the bunk room. We're not going to be seeing a Nos quite interestingly picking up the bandit charges. I don't think that's a bandit charges. It is an MP7 in which he is holding. It's basically I believe he's going to perform a magic trick where he actually uses the bandit charge to disappear one of the players. But meanwhile, you're going to be seeing a play with the Jackal. He's going to be taking out one of the important operators. That is JV. The shotgun and the SMG11 won't be in play, as we already did see a C4 being exhausted in the early amount of rounds. Now, deployable shields, a lot of defense coming in from L2K that they have been fortified on the side of drone room. We're going to be seeing Blank getting detected from Jackal's camp as JD will hunt him down. And look at that. Here comes another as Play actually gets 2 kills on the side, taking out Fatals, which leads to Nos, the only guy remaining. And he is actually going to go down. He's not going to contest. That is actually quite legal. Yep, looks like we just actually confirmed that is basically a sad bug. We can't say anything right about that, but that's quite unfortunate coming in on the side of L2K as Nos quite encountered a bug. It's just Ubisoft things, but let's we have high hopes on the next update, don't you, Jack?
I mean, I most certainly do, Baba. It is what it is at the end of the day. Despite how many updates Ubisoft brings, there's always that one bug that slips through. And in that particular instance, Bandit was mostly just, as of course a play pointed out, he was just mostly just humbly asking the attackers to trade the round for a Bandit battery, I guess. I'm not entirely sure what he was doing right there. But, it is what it is. We had the Bandit unable to shoot. Now, we've had visual glitches, right? where for the
Attackers
spectator,
need to locate and
the
defuse bombs.
defender gets bugged out where he's not holding a weapon, or he's just holding a gadget and shooting through it. He still has the gun on the player's end. But in this case, the bandit was outright robbed of his gun in what, I mean, I don't know. It's probably nothing.
yeah,
Hopefully, you know,
Yeah,
none
it's
of that
basically,
happens.
yeah, I know. It's basically Bandit was trying to fix the nearby cars on the side of theme park. Problem is he couldn't get outside because the attackers are always trying to kill him.
Probably, you know, maybe there's some cars in the parking lot that needed maintenance.
10 seconds left before
Regardless of the situation at hand, you know, unfortunate
5
loss for
seconds
the
left.
side of team.
Attackers' objective is to locate
Yeah,
a
yeah,
bomb and
unfortunate loss
defuse
for
it.
the side of. I lost count. Unfortunate loss for the side of L2K, as they are still in the lead. They're still in the lead by 1 round.
Yeah.
But it's just a flimsy. Oh dear, rats. Okay, he's not having any of this. He's not having any of the car mechanic part. He's just taken one out, and that is dadgum off the board. The MP7 fires off early in round 8. As the site itself, of course, is a first floor armory throw. Once again, something I forgot to call out. In the meanwhile, the top hatch on the vending machine corridor here has been broken open. There's a drone there that Ras will take out before making his eventual run back to site. And speaking of Bobby, you actually asked me about the next season. We'll get to that at the end of this game, I guess. But regardless, I am pretty hyped for the next season. But is Blank going to be able to bring the hype right here? Look at them. They're staring at each other. Unfortunately, the angle just isn't open enough to support the Ash killing the Jaeger. But no, there's an interrogation from Fatals. Oh, dear me. We didn't get to see that. But that's going to put the side of Saw under a target. Every single one of them. As it's a 3 versus 5. And L2K are now hungry for these kills. Fatals from out of left field brings in an interrogation. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see that on the spec cam, but the man did his job, at least one of it. The C4 comes in, JD will survive that, as he might just retaliate with a grenade, but Rats has, of course, swung wide already. He might swing wide again. The drone seen where he is. He's going to take that out. Another grenade is being prepared, but unfortunate as that grenade, preparing that grenade is going to be the end of JD. Rats takes another one. As now, Saw are in, they've been in better positions. There goes another one. Blank tried to drop the hatch. He's going to be taken out the board for his trouble, as it's all down to Messi, who's actually being, there's an attempt at a chase towards the roof. But he's going to see one run up. Will he get the kill on the Fatals? No. Will he get the kill on the Bandit? No, he won't. Fatals is still not down. The Ash runs out of bullets on that pre-fire as flashbangs are being thrown, and so is explosive utility. It looks like Messi could go down. Yeah, he's going to find Blank, who's going to go down, but Rats is going to take the final kill, taking him off the board, refragging instantly, and putting the side of L2K back on that 2-round lead. Round 8 goes to them on the defense. They've won First Floor Armory by not even playing First Floor Armory. Well, they didn't really have to because, of course, we had some beautiful plays from the Cavera. Once again, sadness that we didn't get to see that on cam. But it is what it is. It still happened. We still got to see a hype moment. As second floor initiation will be the site of choice on round 9. 1 round away from the side from the match point for the side of L2K. And this one's going to decide what we're going to see next.
Well, next is the main question here, Jack. L2K showing their dominance on the side of defense as well, with that aggressive blaze coming in, especially Fatals with that interrogation. Sadly, we didn't get to see it, but hopefully we may be able to see something great coming in. We won't be able to see any cav being played on round 9. Instead, we're going to be seeing one of the trap operators being used, the Legion, quite important, unless and until there is a shield operator being played, as we actually did see. I believe it was Blank who was playing as the Mountain. Am I correct, Jack, or am I just did I make a mistake yet again?
Back when LTK was attacking, excuse me, right there. Back when LTK was attacking, it was Fatals who was playing the Mountain.
Oh, well, thanks, Jack. Yeah, as I'm saying, Fatals with the Mountain plays, even though we actually did see a lot of problems being faced when they were trying to defend on second floor bunk and first floor armory on first and fourth round. They did, however, succeed planting the diffuser 4 times in a row, giving them the win that they required. But this time, since they are on defense and Team Saw is not actually picking as the Mountain, but instead relying on the hard breaches to open up a specific thick wall so that they can be able to get in the side without having any problems. This shouldn't be a lot of difficulties being coming in on the side of Team So. I believe the site is on second floor initiation room and offices. Let's just run down that. There we go. Yep. As you're going to be seeing, I would say a lot of upper walls being opened up just to, just to open up the C4s unless and until if they start pushing in from the waiting room hallway, in which is basically a death trap for the attackers if they try to push in. The only way that they can be able to push in is either from the bathrooms on the cash room, or they can be able to push up from the radar room, which is on the radar room, in which you can be able to see it. So we're going to be seeing a player detecting the pulse scanner, knows that there is one specific player playing on the side of the maintenance, as he's going to be playing very patiently. There, keep that in mind that there is a cassette panel being used, so in order to open up their wall, he needs to melee it around 11 times, or just use a breaching charge to just open it up without having any problems at all. Meanwhile, we're going to see Dadgum trying to gain control, as we're going to be seeing JD doing his work, opening up the walls on the side of offices, not on the side of offices, on the side of initiation room. Yes, we're going to be seeing a Blank prepping up his C4. It's going to be a matter of time when he actually throws it out. He will actually miss it. JD with the bait, as he will eventually juke the C4 out, and he's going to continue his work as one of the defenders have lost one of their C4s. Still have one more, that is Nos playing as the Pulse. Those cardiac sensors will prove to be useful when they enter on the side of officers, but he won't be able to C4 from above, C4 from below on the side of the initiation room, but he will actually win the fight against Messi. That is the Ash down, and he's going to contest against Hellboy yet again, as Nos is in a very big trouble, but Dadgum is here to save the day, eliminating Nos 2K, but no. Faders, he's here to get revenge, taking out Hellboy as well, leading to 2 players on the side of Saw downed. This is not going to look well on their side. Make that a 3, because there is 3 players down, ladies and gents. L2K is making up a lot of plays, and for Saw, they don't have a lot of time to even contest. They only have 21 seconds left, but Nos, I would say, Dadgum with the Nomad, he's going to be able to take out Fatos, but JV on the other hand, he's going to take out he's going to get eliminated from JV. Oh my god, I just realized there's actually 2 JDs on both of these teams, but anyways, they don't have a lot of time on the side of attackers, and this will shows to be that L2K will eventually win it out. There we go, Dadgum getting that final kill, but in the end, the L2K had a lot of operators who were staying on the side of site, which leads Saw losing on round 9 second floor office, as we are going to be proceeding to round 10, and I believe that is going to be a match point for team L2K.
Match point is in, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to be heading to second floor bunk and daycare on the side of the defense. Looks like Fados wants to bring in those the Montaigne plays that he had earlier, but with the Clash. I mean, of course, you can play Clash in a wholly different way from Montaigne. She is, of course, fairly different from the Montaigne, and there we go. The Oryx will be 6-picked out onto the castle by Blank, and Kali will be brought in out of the IQ by Play. Kali, an operator that's going to probably see a rise in pick rate. I don't know about a major rise in pick rate, but at least a rise in pick rate regardless in the next season of Rainbow Six. Year 5 Season 3 Operation Shadow Legacy. The TTS is, of course, out. And let me tell you at least this much, ladies and gentlemen, it is a fantastic TTS right now. It is, honestly, I mean, I'm surprised at the way it's performing, at the way it's working. The game feels fresh. It feels fun in a long time. And that's why I'll be playing even more of it in my spare time. And I just really hope most of these changes make it. So there's, of course, a few things here and there that you can tweak. It is the technical test server, but regardless, right now, match point for the side of Live to Kill. They are 1 round away from sealing everything off and giving Saw their second loss in the entirety of this season on day 3 of Division 3 in Season 5. And that would not be a great beginning to week 2 for the side of Saw. They would definitely like to give themselves a victory right here, right now. But they're going to have to win 3 rounds to get to overtime, and then 2 more rounds to actually win. And that's not accounting for the fact that Live to Kill, the kind of team they are, they probably won't be letting that happen. Right now, it is round 10, and round 10 is where the showdown is happening. Fatal is holding down Cafe by himself, at least the Cafe door. He's got Nos for cover, who's making a line of sight, excuse me right there, into offices. Of course, the side itself being bunk daycare means the fact that most defenders will be playing pretty close. Maybe there'll be one far roamer towards the side of cash stash or control room, as the drones are spotting exactly where Fails is sitting. He's got the Ella rats for cover. That's just flittering around the vending machine arcade window and cafe. Oh, that's a missed flashbang. It's gonna flash JD instead, as the Kali shots are they're gonna detract the shield from the clash. There we go, but the shots are not connecting. Fatals is still alive, but Messi's gonna find JV. And the meanwhile, start things off with the side of the attack, as Messi's taking a bit of damage himself.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Nos is gonna find JD in the meanwhile. The thermite goes down, and that was one of the covers for the Kali. But there's a Hellboy, and Messi. Hellboy is preparing one of the chef's grenade. Will he find anybody? No, he will not. He's gonna pre-fire away at the top of a drug lab as well. Unfortunately, there was nobody in the area, but Play is gonna find one. That's Nos on the board with the Kali's rifle, as he was like, okay, thermite went down, my cover isn't there, doesn't matter, I'll do it myself. And he gets one. And up next is the clash. Fatals with this peak right now doing a lot of work, but the grenade comes in from the sledge. Still there, it was an uncooked nade. Unfortunately, won't be finding anybody for the side of the attack. 3 versus 4 right now, as the side of L2K are at a disadvantage. The castle firing away blank from inside of the office vault, trying to make a long angle for himself, as many flashbangs are being thrown in towards this clash, who's proved to be a bit of a bane for the side of Saw.
Diffuser has been dropped.
They still can't push in reliably, knowing the fact that the clash is still alive. There's one at arcade window now, one towards cafe corridor. Messi's trying to pull up on the yellow stairs. He might need blank any second now, as the push towards side is slowly coming in. Rats is doing what he can, but again, it's not enough. Fatals is still alive, and Rats is gonna find one. He's gonna get refragged onto, but there's a team kill from Hellboy. He's trying to find Rats. He also finds Play, leaving himself and Messi in a 2 versus 2. Messi's about to go down. He's low on HP, but will he find the castle? Those two are locked in a fight. The FBI operators, that is, while Fatals is locked against Hellboy. Less than 30 seconds remain as the diffuser needs to go down, or the kills need to come in. There goes Messi with one. Will the UMP come in to find the diffuser? He's gone in. No, he won't find him, as the angle was there, but unfortunately the peak wasn't, as Messi swings around just in time to see the castle nearly win the round for the side of L2K. He won't be doing that, as Saw are gonna stay alive by winning round 10, going 4-6 down on match point for L2K right now. On Theme Park, round 11 is here, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going back to bunk daycare from the side of Team Live to Kill.
Well, that was a really great recovery coming in from Messi, taking out 2 of those important operators. If Messi wasn't alive, it would have been really difficult for Team Saw to even recover that round. We actually did knew for the fact that Messi was around 5 HP. Like, it was really difficult for him, but taking those 2 important kills, especially the clash, it's basically, for a moment when I actually saw Clash playing on the side of Bang, I was like, you know what? Since it's Clash, they have to worry about 2 of those players. It's basically GG on the side of Saw, but the way how Messi played, using those crossfires to his advantage, taking out Clash, gave them the opportunity they needed. A match point still on the side of L2K, as they only have 2 chances to put this to get victory on map Theme Park, and the same thing goes to Saw. 2 points left for them to put this match to overtime, and this time we're going to be seeing the same strategies and the same stats yet again, but it's quite except the Rats playing with the Deagle with the suppressor being used. That is actually quite interesting to see it, because I mean, just like you said, Jack, the sounds are quite interesting to listen to, but the way how the damage gets devised for around 6 to 7 damage, I believe. The suppressor almost takes around a negative 6 to 7 damage, because it would actually conceal your location when you're trying to fire. So it has its own pros and cons, but many of the players who actually play Rainbow Six Siege, most of them prefer using the compensator or the flash shatter. It depends on their perspective. If they want to like control the recoil vertically, they would actually use the they would actually use the muzzle flash, but if they do want to control the horizontal recoils coming in when you try to shoot a weapon, many people would actually either use a compensator or a flash hider. It depends on a specific gun in which you can hold your gun on. But enough of the ramblings that I'm talking about the recoils on, as I'm going to be focusing on the match. 6-4 L2K. They're just basically on the side of Team Saw. They're just trying to figure out a way how to get in, knowing the fact that there is a clash being played on that same position yet again. There is 2 ADSs and a barbed wire being placed so that whatever the nades being thrown on the side of Cafe will be denied, which that gives on Nos is he's going to be using one of the ADSs on the side of Yellow Stairs, which would lead the specific side of the second floor bunk and daycare utility-less. They can actually be able to use a grenade to take out one or two operators by surprise. And looking at the attackers coming in on the side of Saw, they are kind of pushing it on the side of cash room, waiting room hallway, and I believe one on the side of server room, just so that if just to get that pick off best as he can. Kali sees the clash as he tries to take it off one, but Rats with the C4, he's going to take out Hellboy, and Nos also does the same, taking out JD. 2 players gone. Early frag coming in from L2K, and Saw is in big trouble. Dadgum, on the other hand, using the the hard breaching ability to open up the walls on the side of initiation room, giving them the opportunity to get in, but Nos will actually kind of deny that by taking out Slay. That is 3 players gone on the side of the cash room, which actually leaves only 2 players remaining. Dadgum taking out Blank, but he won't be able to take out the Clash, the shield, which is also very irritating for the attackers. And since at this match point, Saw is basically lost on all hopes. Messi finding that rotation, finding the kill on towards the north as he gains control on the side of cash room. But look at that, Dadgum also does the same. Rats is gone. It's back to 2v2 yet again, but they don't have enough of time just yet. Saw, they need to make this to at least put this match in overtime so that they can be able to get that breathing room that they needed. But the only problem that I have to deal about is the clash. A second atomic charge is being used as they're going to be opening up the walls inside of initiation room to the bunk in which Clash is holding on to. They don't have any utilities to counter the Clash, which actually leads JV holding an angle. If JV gets a perfect kill, they can be able to get the kill that they require. A lot of guns being traded, a lot of bullets being traded, but JV is actually going to find the diffuser. He's actually whips the pistol and takes out Messi, and just like that, JV, the man of the hour, as he's going to win on round 11, second floor bunk, as L2K is going to be winning on map Theme Park against Saw, getting a total of 2 kills in the leaderboard, and they are going to be standing in 3rd place yet again, I believe, maybe on 3rd or 2nd place. So really quite great to see how well L2K has been performing. Really have to give a lot of appreciation to Messi. 14 kills on both defense and on attack. A really great performance coming in, but in the end, L2K emerged victorious.
Absolutely right there. It was a fantastic attempt from Saw. So many rounds came so close, but unfortunately it was a team Live to Kill who came out on top. With all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be taking a short break before we come back with the second game of this first stream right here, as it will be Knaves Gaming versus Sangfreud Esports on the second game on Division 3, Day 3. I'll be right back with that in just a moment. Stay tuned.
What's up guys, Captain Arya from the Esports Club here with some pretty awesome news. Now, as you probably know, we've been running the WD Black TEC League for Rainbow Six Siege powered by LG Ultragear for the past few months. As we come into August with our final season of the league, we wanted to celebrate with you guys who have made this an amazing experience and an extremely successful esports event. We've teamed up with some of our favorite partners to give away an entire esports PC for one lucky viewer. Yes, one of you is going to take home a complete PC featuring some of these awesome parts. First up, we've got the LG Ultragear 27GL 650F gaming monitor, 27-inch, 144Hz, 1ms with an IPS panel to make sure you're at the top of your esports game without sacrificing picture quality. Then we've got an amazing lineup of accessories coming in from HyperX to make sure that you're always on top of your game. Cloud Stinger Core gaming headset. For the keyboard, you've got the awesome HyperX Alloy FPS RGB mechanical keyboard. Then your mouse is the HyperX Pulsefire Surge. It's got a brilliant RGB all around the mouse. For the mousepad, you've got the HyperX Fury S. That is the speed edition of the extended mousepad. And then of course for your memory, you've got the HyperX Fury RGB RAM. You've got 16 gigs at 3400 megahertz. Next up, we've got the WD Blue SN550 NVMe SSD to make sure you're spending as little time loading and booting up and spend more time gaming. And then of course, at the heart of this PC is the Ryzen 5 3600X CPU. Now, as you know it, at the heart of every gaming PC is a great GPU. So we've teamed up with Zotac Gaming to give you a brand new RTX 2060 because frames win games and there should be nothing between you and top of the line performance. Next up, we've teamed up with NZXT, who make some of the best and most premium PC components on the market. Powering your PC is going to be the C850 fully modular power supply, and your cooling solutions are going to be taken care of the Kraken X63 all-in-one liquid cooler. Now, we wanted to make this PC something truly special, and while the NZXT H510 Elite is a great cabinet for anyone, it wasn't enough. We teamed up with NZXT to give the winner of this giveaway a brand new NZXT H510 Siege Edition cabinet. This is a limited edition licensed Rainbow Six Siege themed cabinet from NZXT. There are only 500 of these in the world and just a handful coming to India. The side panels of this cabinet are themed in the wall and door reinforcement designs from Rainbow Six Siege, and there is an illuminated 6 icon on the front panel along with a 6 icon charm and a puck in the signature breach charge design, which is only available with the H510 Siege. And one lucky winner on this giveaway is going to get a full esports PC sitting inside this beautiful cabinet. Now that you know everything that there is in the giveaway, the question is how you can take part. Well, it's fairly simple. First, head on to the link in the description of this video. Once you're at the giveaway landing page, fill out your details and follow the instructions. First, head on over to Facebook, make sure you're following us. 2, make sure you're following the Esports Club on Instagram. And 3, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Simple so far. Now the interesting part. In a 1-minute video on Instagram, tell us why you deserve this epic new PC from the Esports Club and all our partners. Make sure you follow the instructions carefully, use the right hashtags, tag the right accounts, and you can be one step closer to winning this epic setup. Now that's it guys, just a little bit of work and you can be one step closer to getting yourself your dream PC. I'm Captain Arya and this is the Esports Club, and we hope to see you in our next tournament.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the W Black Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege, powered by LG Ultragear, in association with AC Fibernet, Zotac Gaming and Games The Shop. I'm your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host and analyst, Baba Gusta, and our admin, Mr. Reborn, as we are here for the second game of the night, ladies and gentlemen. It is Sangfroid Esports versus Knaves Gaming on, once again, the map of a theme park. And it feels like whenever I mention a particular something, say like a defender-sided map, like I did for theme park, attackers start winning rounds. I say auto-map bend system is giving us a variation in maps. We've had a cafe day, a coastline day, and of course the usual clubhouse day. So right now it looks like it might just be the theme park day here, ladies and gentlemen. Not that I'm I'm not sad about that. I actually quite like this version of theme park. Definitely a marked improvement over the older version. But before we get into the rest of this game, a quick reminder to all of our viewers to check out the socials of the Esports Club on Facebook and Instagram for the giveaway of a limited edition Rainbow Six Siege PC that features a Rainbow Six Siege themed PC cabinet by NZXT. A beautiful looking case, might I add, and there's only 500 of these across the world. So if you want to have a chance of winning one of these for yourselves, check out the Esports Club on Instagram and Facebook and the link down in the description for details on how to enter the giveaway. But with that being said, our analyst Baba Gusta has some interesting tidbits to share about this match that we have on hand. So Baba, how do you feel on this fine evening?
Well, Jack, it has been really great. And talking about the players that we are actually going to see against Sangfroid Esports versus Knaves Gaming. Now, this is going to be a lot difficult to talk about, especially on the side of Sangfroid Esports. They haven't won a single time, and that does not include on Knaves Gaming as well. Keep that in mind that Knaves Gaming is also known as Zeus Sabers, in which they actually won 5-7 against Team Saw on map Clubhouse, but they actually lost against Nat on Coastline. 7-3 was the score, and was they only won 3 on defense. Now on the side, when I talk about Zeus Sabers, they have a lot of problems dealing on the attack, and it actually quite opposite when it comes to Sangfroid Esports as well, especially on the match against Nat as well. This is quite interesting to see because both of these teams have actually lost against Team Mad, and against Sangfroid Esports it was 8-7 on a map Coastline, in which they actually put it to maximum overtime, but in the end when Sangfroid was on defense they actually lost, where Sangfroid Esports were actually quite great when it comes to on attack. So coming in on the side of the community votes, we are going to be seeing a high toll. Sangfroid Esports on 54% and Knaves Gaming on 46%. A little bit, I would say, equalized, not that quite much. It's just a 4%, actually 4 or 6% difference to see both of these teams. So it's quite interesting to see how well both of these players is going to go up against, knowing for the fact that Sangfroid Esports, this is their second loss. If they lose one more time, it's going to be very difficult for them to come back up on the leaderboards. In order to stay in the division, they either need to be on 5th or 4th place, or if they actually if they are more than on 6th to 8th, they will highly likely be relegated. Same goes to Zeus Sabers, aka Knaves Gaming. So since that deciding factor we're going to be seeing on map theme park, we're going to be seeing them depending on second floor bunk and daycare. It is going to be a matter of deciding factor to see who's going to win up against.
Well said right there, Baba, and thank you for that beautiful analysis of the game that we're going to be heading into. And Zeus Sabers, currently known as Knaves Gaming, are going to be looking to put their second win on board, while the side of Sangfroid, they continue their unfortunate streak of matches that they have been on for the past couple of seasons. Down in Division 3, barely avoiding the relegation elimination out of the tournament itself, and now hanging on by a thread yet again. Sangfroid have looked better in previous seasons, and it shows, as right now they are once again in dire straits, while the side of Knaves Gaming, they're sitting relatively safe on 5th position. Ladies and gentlemen, 1 win and 1 loss, and a negative 2 round conversion rate, which ain't exactly that great, but it's getting them in a safe spot. So they'll take it for now and hope to improve across not only this game, but the rest of the games that we have across the rest of this season. Nace Gaming, they're on the defense. They have decided to take second floor bunk. Actually, that reminds me, speaking of Nace Gaming, that is. Let's have a quick look at both of the rosters as we've just hit action phase. From the side of Sangford, we've got Nyx, Hypertishi, Stoneheart, Rusty, and True, or as he likes to be called these days, Discount True, I guess. While from the side of Naves Gaming, we have Mutasim, Easy Raven, Lancer, Sleek Ninja, and Elactix. Okay, Elactix. I see what's happening right there. But it's yeah, it's a pretty nice little set of operators and players that we have for the side of both these teams. As it looks like there's a little bit of an extended Roman play as well, using the castle towards the side of Initiation and offices to hold down waiting room, along with the Goyo, some reinforcements that rotate on the yellow stairs corridor wall to allow the defenders easy access back towards site. But mind you, that's a long angle that can be held both ways, as the Goyo shield will be spotted by Hypertishi. Lancer's playing behind that, as one of the proximity alarms will spot an attacker, but Mutasim is going to start things off, taking down Discount True off the board early. And that is your Ash down on the first floor bathrooms. Looks like that is exactly where we saw the proximity alarms go off, and that is where the Ash has met her match. So right now it's a 4 versus 5 Sangford in not the best early games, but there we go. Hypertish is going to find one. The Lactix goes down. The Mute is off the board. That's a pretty big drop right there. But the Castle is going to see the sledge in the pre-fight a little bit, give away his position, but not be harmed because of that decision that he just there. Oh, more shots are being fired, but no, Motasim will still win that. Hypertish whiffs his shots at the worst possible time, as he will be taken off the board, leaving it a 3 versus 4 for the side of the attack. Sangford is trying to push in, as Rusty's going to take some damage from that same angle, and Mutasim, he's been dazed, and Stoner will take the kill on the Sleep Ninja. In the meanwhile, will he find the goal? Yes, he will. That's the double for the Thermite coming in, finding a quick headshot, suddenly turning things around, as Raven and Mutasim are the last ones remaining, holding down on Yellow Stairs corridor. There may yet be a breach coming in towards the side of Bunk. There already is a rotation, that is, and they're gonna have to be careful of that quite a bit. The castle has rotated back in, as the Sophia's lifeline is going to be taking care of the shield and any other piece of remaining utility in the vicinity. Stoner's trying to push in to find the ADS, but there's the castle to find him instead. Mutasim with the brilliant rotation, as Raven's going to find one more. Nyx goes down, and Rusty is the last man standing. And he's not in a great position, as he's going to have to rotate in this 1v2. Less than 10 seconds remain. He's being shot at from both ends, and it will go down. Raven collects the kill. Rusty drops, and that is the side of Naves Gaming holding on against all odds, taking the side of Sangford Esports on and winning on second floor Bunk and Daycare, as round 1 goes to them. A beautiful beginning indeed, and a beautiful end round. The middle of the round could have been better right there, but other than that, it was well done from the side of the defense. They're going to be going to first floor Armory and Throne Room here on round 2.
Well, a great pace coming in on the side of Naves Gaming, securing their first defense. But will it suffice, as we're going to be proceeding to round 4? First floor Armory is going to be the site, as we're going to be seeing a 6 picked as Elatrix. It's going to be changing off from Clash to the Vigil. Well, I mean, I do kind of understand why would actually 6 pick from a Clash to a Vigil, but you know, since using Clash would be a no-go here, because it is quite the only problem dealing with Clash is that in order to get those important kills, you need to coordinate with your teammates, so that there should be always an operator right from behind any shield operators, even if it's a Montaigne or a Clash, to get those conversion of kills. And since that will be a little bit difficult for Team Naves Gaming to do so, I believe they have decided to go for a 6 pick, where we're going to be seeing Elatrix playing as the Vigil, because at that time they'll be having a lot of roaming capabilities in which they can be able to take out attackers out of nowhere. So, no, yeah, like I was saying, if you have Clash, you actually need your teammates to hold at their specific angle, and that would cause them 2 operators holding in one specific room, especially when you're trying to roam, or if you're trying to hold on a specific site here. Well, enough talking more about that, as we're going to be proceeding to action phase. Elatrix is going to be holding on the side of Office, where I believe Mutasim is going to be playing on the side of Cafe, holding their respective angles. Hopefully, when the callouts arrive at that specific time, they're just going to give a detection saying that, look guys, they're going to be arriving on the cache room. We need the roamers to hold a crossfire angle being placed, and then they will actually do that job. Instead of Mutasim playing, we're going to be seeing Sleek Ninja joining in with Electrix, but this time he's going to be holding in the adjacent angles. So he's going to be holding on the side of the hallways of the arcade room. You're going to be seeing Electrix using the drone denier, as I would like to call it. He has to recharge it for a little bit time soon, but the attackers exactly knows where Electric's location is. A lot of utilities being thrown, a lot of angles being placed, so he has to fall back, and he's going to hold an angle from initiation room itself, giving the control of the bathrooms as well as the cash room for the attackers. They need to figure out a way to not only get control on the offices, but also get that vertical control open, take one or two operators out, but especially the roamers. If they don't take out the roamers, in which they actually did by dropping one of the operators, that is Electric, we'll be seeing a hard duty coming in from that cross angle, holding in on the side of Naves Gaming, but Discount True will actually get those two important kills and a confirmation, taking out Electrics and Sleek Ninja. That is two important roamers down, and looks like Motasim will decide to just stay in cover rather than holding in angles to try to contest to the attackers. Maybe actually get a surprise attack out of them out of nowhere, as we're going to be seeing a drone works coming in. Mutasim maybe have an opportunity to take out on. That's what I like it. Mutasim taking out Rusty when he was using out the drones, and Discount needs to find this operator out. If he does not take Bomai out, there's going to be a lot of danger for Team Sankford Esports to actually get control on the side of site. Meanwhile, you're going to be seeing Hyper2G opening up the walls on the side of offices to hopefully try to give a lot of pressure coming in from Naze Gaming, so that they can be able to change the position either on the side of throne room or the side of armory, in which we see Lancer contesting the vertical lines of sight. But look at that, Mutasim is not going to give up just yet, and he's going to be taking out Stoneheart, another player on the side of Sankford Esports down, and they are having a lot of problems trying to take out this specific player here, but he will be shut down from none other than Hyper2G, laying as the sledge that L8 assault rifle will be able to get the job done. But for how much? They don't have enough time left because they have to rush in on the site. They haven't even opened up any of the walls just yet, so they will be arriving on the side of the doors, in which one of them are pushing from the Dragon stage. And look at that, push comes in. Nyx will actually get the kill, and we'll be seeing Nyx playing out. No, he's not going to be able to plant the diffusers, and just like that, we're going to be seeing Naves Gaming winning their second round on first floor armory. A close match indeed. And actually, it's all thanks to Mutasim wasting a lot of time for the attackers to eventually not only get the control on the side of officers, even though there were two players down on the side of Naves Gaming. Mutasim actually recovered it quite pretty well, taking down the Sophia Rusty and forcing the players to push on the side of bathrooms. Eventually, he actually did get shut down, but that was all needed, because at that time, Sankford Esports only had 15 seconds left, and they haven't even opened up the walls, which gives the win on the side of Naves Gaming. A really great place coming in, but we'll see how it's going to turn out on round 3, where they're going to be defending on second floor initiation and office.
Well done right there to Mutasim, an example of what we call the perfect roam. And not only wasting time, not only holding on despite losing two of his teammates, but also trading for those two. You know, he didn't get the action for this. True was still alive all the way till the end of the round, but still, he got two very, very important kills, and that was what really hurt the side of Sanctified Esports, because those two kills not only made them nervous to push to site, they had to find the Omai first, because he was going to be a pain in their backside if he had stayed alive for any longer. And Mutasim just wonderfully done right there. So much time wasted, so much utility wasted, and more than that, two operators dropped, which allowed the last remaining defenders, the Legion and the Kaid, to hold down site successfully, set up their cross angles, and take down, at the very least, the operator with the diffuser, and finish things off by letting the timer do its thing. Round 3 is in play. Naves Gaming with a beautiful beginning to match 2 of day 3, as we've got the initiation defense coming in from them right now. as they're going to be finishing up the reinforcements as soon as possible. Rusty, he's going to be droning inside of the first floor, not the bathroom. If he were droning the bathroom, he would have seen Raven rotating here towards Castash. There is the other drone that is helping Discount True, but there is a Womai Mag to cast the first flashbang. The second one goes off, the third one goes off, and then the shield goes away as well. The Womai's got to be careful of where he's playing. He's taken so much damage from that, and he's still choosing to take this gunfight as the man is low on HP. Raven, he could be taken off any second now. The Jaeger's abandoned it, and Womai's going to be taking even more shots. The down is in. Rusty will finally get the kill, and one is confirmed onto by the side of Sanctuary Esports. It took a bit of utility clearance, but it finally paid off, holding down the bathroom window, the upside down rappel right there from Rusty, and Discount True doing his due diligence on the main door of Castash. Elactix has done quite a lot of damage to the sledge. He's going to pull back to the side of Castash. There's a lot more gunfights awaiting him here, and he will be taken off the board as well. Stoneheart takes that kill, low on HP himself. Two attackers, very low, as one bullet is all that is needed to take them out right now. A Goya shield gets popped as Lance is going to be pushing it towards the out of control room, but it's going to be taken off the board because there's Nyx here watching that specific angle, leaving it a 5 versus 2. Sangfroy looking very good this round. They seem to have shown up, but there goes one, there goes two. Sleek Ninja with the double. He's just trying to pull things back right now. Mutasim's going to go down next to him. The Sophia will find him as well. And unfortunately, it was a great attempt from Sleek Ninja. It just didn't come out enough. It was too little, too late, and he was found right at the end. Rusty taking that kill and giving the side of Sanctuary Esports their first round, round 3, going to them. And it is 2-1 on round 4, still in favor of Knaves.
Well, first things first, I was kind of confused on why Easy Raven and Electrics were both holding on the side of Cash Room. Yes, I do know that that basically is the entrance side, so they actually thought of holding Cash Room so that they can be able to, use any utilities being thrown out, and unfortunately it actually didn't quite work out well in their favor. Well, it actually could have worked out if they were playing on a map on Cafe, where the site is in 3rd floor bar and they are defending on the piano room. That's because they have to rappel inside. In this specific room, the attackers they don't even rappel in, they just enter in the door.
Attackers
So
need to locate
I
and
just didn't know
defuse as many
what
bombs as they can.
what Names Gaming was actually thinking of, trying to decide to hold on to the cash room, knowing for the fact that there is an Ash playing. All she needs to do is just all of those 3 flashbangs and to just take out one deployable shield, in which we actually saw Raven, just by using that one breaching charge, he had his health decreased around 100 HP to around 30 to 35 HP, which isn't quite necessary for it. It would have worked out if you had the Jaeger's ADS being placed. Yes, it could have worked out, but
10 seconds.
I
to
couldn't
insertion.
see it. And with that, getting those 2 important kills, especially for Sanctuary Esports, gave them the opportunity to get in the site without even be able to care. Yes, I do agree that they actually did waste a lot of utilities, but what about the manpower? You do require the manpower to hold a specific site. Even though if you did, however, take out the utilities, staying alive is the main option here, and that's where Naves Gaming eventually did not succeed in it. As we're going to be proceeding to round 4, where they will be defending on the 2nd floor bunk room, I believe. Yep, it is the bunk room indeed, and the source of attack where the attackers is going through is to try to gain control on the cash room and the radar room, in which Hypotoshi is going to be using his breaching hammer to open up the hatches. I just realized that there is 2 operators which has the ability starting with the letter breach. Breaching hammer to open up the soft walls, breaching torch to open up the reinforced walls of the defenders. Meanwhile, we're going to be seeing Rusty doing the same thing yet again, rappelling from the bathroom. He actually did succeed getting 2 to 3 important kills whenever there is an operator holding on the side of the bathrooms. We're going to be seeing attack coming in as one of the attackers just shot the alibi's prismas, which would compromise one of the attacker's location. And I believe Rusty has found the attacker's position of castle, in which he's holding on the yellow stage. And I believe he's going to try to prep the KSOU Lifeline to open up again. Meanwhile, he's going to be seeing Sonar, but look at that Sneak Ninja again with the D5 SMG. He's going to take out a discount. That is quite unfortunate because both of these utilities are lot coming in on the side of Ash. Plus, a devastating weapon, R4C, is out of the game. But and with that, Sanctuary Esports is going to lose one of the important operator indeed. And that too, an early flag.
Attackers
We'll be
have
seeing
located
Rusty
bomb.
getting tagged from the alibis. Prismas yet again relying their locations, but he will actually get a kill. He's going to take off Electrix, the Jaeger. So it is basically the score. I would say the manpower is equalized. We'll be seeing KSU Lifeline being thrown out, but the huge mistake that takes the head off of Rusty. That KSU Lifeline quite caused a lot of major damage to both of these teams, as the man count is equalized yet again thanks to Stoneheart getting that important kill. It is quite working well on the favor for Frankfurt Esports. Opening looks on the other hand, we'll be seeing Hypertushi opening up the castle panel, which connects from the reading room. Throwing out, so throws out the flashbang. Just keep that in mind, they don't have the control of the site just yet. The site is in Bay bunk and daycare, in which Motasim is playing also very close on Yellow Stair's wall. He has a lot of he has a lot of problems with it. We're seeing a lot of utilities being caught from the Magnus system. As look at that, Hypertushi hammer to the face, and Lancer will get caught. Easy Raven, he's not going to be he's going to be angry. He's going to take out 2 important kills, taking out 2 of the important players on Frankfurt Esports.
Bomb located by attackers.
It all goes down to the
Seconds
next,
remaining.
and he needs to take out Easy Raven as best as he can. He doesn't have that much
10
HP
seconds to
left.
go.
Legion Goo Mines, he has to take it out. It was too late. Sneak Ninja will die from the Legion Goo Mines, as Naves Gaming will win their third defense on second floor bunk, as we're going to be progressing to round 5.
Oh dear me, that is unfortunate. A very unfortunate way to go. The goo mine, but the goo mine in the shin, taking that little bit of HP off every single time. But there's really not much you can do, shall we say, because of course, the fact that he wanted to make sure if the Wamai was getting a little too ahead of himself, he would take his head off clean. Unfortunately, there was no cleanup to be had, as Mutasim once again smartly deciding to book it before he checked it. That actually isn't a saying. I just made that up on the fly, and I realized that doesn't exactly sound as sound as awesome as it did in my head, though, does it? Gonna have to work on that one.
It actually did
Attackers
kind of
need
look
to
awesome.
locate and defuse as
The only
many
problem was
bombs
I
as
actually didn't
possible.
listen to what you were saying previously. So.
Oh well, it is what it is. Regardless, round 5 is in play. 3-1 is the scoreline. Naves Gaming
Attackers have
once
located a bomb.
again prevailing over Frankfurt, albeit this round much closer than it otherwise could have been. There were some mistakes that Naves Gaming could have cleaned up on earlier. Maybe some peaks that they could have not done better, and some other decisions that they could have made that would have helped them take the round better. But that all
10
becomes
seconds
a
to insertion.
what-if scenario. And of course, one of the highlights of that round is just the
5
bump
seconds
of the
to go.
sledgehammer against the alibi's head. I just love to see that.
Attackers are moving to defuse the bomb.
It's one thing getting a kill with the LAD5, it's one thing getting a kill with the SMG11, and it's a completely other thing getting a kill, even if it's a downed kill, a kill regardless, with that breaching hammer, because you are still breaching, you're just bashing somebody's skull in, and that sounded way too brutal right there. So let's quickly mosey on off of that point, on to this round right here. There's once again a little bit of a second floor emphasis coming up from the side of Naves Gaming. As it goes, when it comes to first floor armory, you want to make sure that second floor is held for as long as you possibly can. And this is, of course, the site where we saw Mutasim, the Wamai, currently do a fantastic job of a perfect roam. But is he going to be allowed to do the same thing twice? I know, because there's somebody joining him from the arcade window. There's Discount True pushing in from the side of bathroom offices. And just overall, there's a pincer movement coming in from the side of the attack. But there's Lancer and Galactus. No, there goes the Jaeger. He was just running around randomly as the Ash will start things off by taking the Jaeger off the board. Lancer is still alive towards the side of the corridor. That is, of course, the arcade corridor, and he's facing off against 2 very angry attackers. Mutasim is here for support, of course. Discount Shoe all the way towards the side of initiation has got a long ways to go before he can find Lancer. There's Jones from Nix and Stonard finding where these 2 defenders are sitting. Mutasim's with Jonard, and Lancer will be in just a second as those shots give away his location. He's going to fall back. The mute, that is, leaving the Wamai, the last man above on the second floor, playing an inverted shield from inside of Cafe. He's got to worry about the door behind him. well, vertical lines of sight are being opened. There's not too many vertical lines of sight that can be made when it comes to this site on theme park, seeing as, of course, you know,
Attackers have located
there's
a
not a
bomb.
lot of soft floor above the soft ceiling that is above for the side of the attack to take advantage of, but looks like they've gone all towards the hallway. The axe is going to be spotted out, takes a bit of damage, and he'll be taken off the board. Discount True goes down, and that's a menace that the side of Nate Gaming had almost no answer to. But there's a C4 in from Hypertushy that's gonna, from the Kaid that's gonna down Hypertushy. He'll be revived, but only up to 20 HP. The man is low, and he has to be careful on the plays he makes from here on out. It is a 4 versus 4. The man count is equalized, but the time is what really matters right now. Mutasim still staying up here and still effectively wasting time, as the side of this attack are not making any headway towards the side of the site itself. They're going to be starting right now, pushing in from the locker's end, but Nix, will he find this Romai? No, he won't, not yet anyway. Lancer's found Rusty, but there goes Mutasim as the kill is confirmed. Stoner found Lancer in the meanwhile. The refrag is in, but less than 15 seconds are in once again. Sleek Ninja and Raven, they're having deja vu right now as there's a heartbeat coming in on the yellow stairs wall, but the Kaid is aware of this. He's gone prone. He knows the angle. He'll take one. Will he take two? Yes, he will. The diffuser drop is in, and Nace Gaming will once again survive. Even when the push came in from a hard breach, it wasn't enough for the side of Sangfroid to win it out. They took way too long, ladies and gentlemen, and that is why the side of Naze Gaming will be taking round 5 as well. This first half, before round 7 rolls off, has been Naze Gaming through and through, aside from that one round that was round 3. Round 6 is going to be in play, and we're headed back to second floor initiation, and this is going to be an interesting one, because the last time we came here, Sangfroid Esports actually managed to pull out a win. Will they be able to do the same time this time around? We'll find out. We'll find out in just a moment. Round 6 is in play.
Well, round 6,
Defenders,
in fact,
protect your
really
bombs.
great plays
By
coming in
attackers.
from Naves. Even though with the push coming in from the attackers, it didn't quite work out well in their favor, giving them the win that they needed. This time we're going to be seeing round 6 where they're going to be defending on the second floor bunk. And since this is going to be a last round for Naves Gaming, they have to make it at least 5-1 to assure that they can be able to perform well on the side of attack, getting more and more of those chances. They only need is 2 wins or 3 wins on the side of attack. This is basically giving them a probability, knowing that they can be able to win as best as they can. That round 6 will be in play. We'll be seeing Lancer playing as the Echo. The Echo is very important when it comes to disorienting a player, especially when they're planting the diffuser. So 2 of those yokai drums will be very effective. And also, Sangfroid Esports have no counters for the yokai drones because they don't have an IQ in play. But unless and until if they do see where yokai drones is, it would be a miracle for them to take out those yokai drones. So anyways, action phase will be up in play as we're going to be seeing 2 of the hard breaches being in play. Stoneheart performing really quite well as the Thermite. He's actually getting great amount of frags playing as the Thermite. Not only opening up the walls, the frag that he actually gets onto. I'm actually quite saying a lot of frags here. My apologies here, ladies and gents. Anyways, we're going to be seeing next. It's basically Nyx is a backup unless and until if Stoneheart gets picked off quite early, which is quite important to do so. And it's quite interesting to see one of the reinforced walls, one of the walls is reinforced, one of them is not on the side of cash room, which actually gives the operators, the defenders, an ability to use a bullet hole peak so that they can be able to take out 1 or 2 operators by surprise. Now, they're only using one of the grenades for no reason, and I really have no idea why, as we're going to be seeing Rusty disconnecting from this specific match, leading to Sangfroid Esports a 4v5. Already a man disadvantage indeed, and we're going to be seeing a lot of utilities being used. 2 flashbangs, 1 grenade, I believe, 2 flashbangs and 2 frag grenades to take out 1 deployable shield. And now Stoneheart is going to use his drone to check out exactly where his operators are. I believe Mutasim's location is compromised, but not on Easy Raven. There's a total of 3 players holding in on the side of initiation room and 2 players holding in on the office. Very interesting, because so that means the defenders doesn't have any other roamers to go for a flank and get that perfect kill. It means they are going to be relying on the Echo's Yoga drones, in which one of the drones has been taken out from Nix, giving them the defenders having no intel on exactly at what time how many operators have been currently been present. Meanwhile, we're going to be seeing a discount pushing in, holding an angle on the side of bathroom as Stonehart is going to progress using his Exkyros press, not the Exkyros press, Exothermic just to open it up. But Easy Raven finding that angle, taking out discount while he was holding an angle. He gets another one with the Orgate. Will he be able to get the third one? He actually gets the down and confirms it. Hypertushi is down, and look at that, Mutasim with the final kill as he flanks right from the cash room. Never mind, actually from the Dragon Strays, just rushes in, takes out the entire teams of Sancfroid Esports, giving them 5-1 against Sancfroid Esports as we're going to be proceeding to round 7. We're going to be seeing a role swap where they're going to be on attack, and I believe a rehost will be in effect. I believe they haven't given any confirmations of rehost just yet, but if it is, maybe we might be able to go for a rehost here.
Well then, that is definitely very interesting. As okay, daring Hypertushi looks like. Oh, okay, never mind. That may have sounded rude. I do apologize for that, but apparently a double power cut right there for the side of Sangfroid Esports. They have lost two big players for themselves. As all that remains is Hypertushi, True, and Stoneheart, in what is probably going to be a washout from here, and a very unfortunate situation. As yeah, my heart goes out for them, really. Sangfroid Esports, they haven't had the best time in the last few seasons at all, and it's just been made worse for them right now. As Naze Gaming are on the attack on round 7 roll stop, Sangfroid Esports are on the defense. As that last round, the initiation hold from the Wamai, and then of course the flank from Mutasim the Castle was absolutely amazing to see from a spectator and of course a caster's perspective. As oh my me, that Wamai hold is one for the ages, ladies and gentlemen. And
5 seconds to insert.
overall, just fantastically done from Naze Gaming on the defense. They just have to pull through a similar performance on the attack, because you can bet that Sangfroid Esports, even if they are 2 players down, will not be giving up whatsoever. They will still be trying to win this to the best of their ability, even if they only have a Muta Capcan and a Jaeger. Round 7 is underway. Action phase is in play. And right now, it's all down to what Naze Gaming bring out. There's an Ash, that's Lancer. Probably chooses out of Cash Stash. Stona's got to be careful, and so does, of course, Hypertushi. Discount True in the meanwhile holding down on Cafe. They're going to be facing 5 attackers. Make that 2 versus 5. As Raven takes down Discount True in the meanwhile, and that leaves them in a 1 versus 5 as Hypertushi goes down as well. There's not much of a challenge going on there. Stoner is the last man standing. He's going to push up 2 office showers inside of Castash. And let's see what he can pull out from here. Electrics in the meanwhile is going to TK onto Sleek Ninja, but it doesn't matter as the Raven will find Stoneheart. Naze Gaming are going to go into match point, and Sangfroid Esports, once again, very unfortunate for them. But, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. They can't even call a rehost because I guess the power on their player's end isn't back in this situation. And match point has been secured by Naze Gaming.
Well, this is a series of unfortunate events here. Sangfroid Gaming having only winning 1 attack on round 3 when Names Gaming was defending on second floor initiation room. You know, it did work out quite well in their favor, but looks like for Sangfroid Esports, looks like they're not going to be performing really well. That includes them losing 3 matches in a row on Division 3. That is very, very disappointing to see that. We actually did, I believe, Sangfroid Esports on Season 1. I believe they were on Season 3, I guess. I'm just trying to make a guess here. I still remember them performing really well on Season 3, where they were actually on Division 1, but out of nowhere, their form starts to really go down. From Season 1, they just went down to Division 2, and then this on Season 5, we are actually seeing them being relegated to Division 3, and now they actually have a higher potential to be relegated out of the tournament. This is a very sad thing to see, because You still
Attackers
have those two of
objective
those
is to defuse
important
the
players
bomb.
here, Stoneheart and Hyper Tushy, both of them fragging and well as getting those important wins. But this time for Sanctuary Esports, they are not in form, and basically luck is
Attackers have
definitely
located
not
a
on this
bomb.
side, and we're gonna be seeing Discount. Hopefully, trying to gain some advantage, taking out the Amaru, in which she actually used her Gara hook to get in the window, but unfortunately that will be one player down. And for Sanctuary Esports, they need to find 4 more in a 3v4 situation. That is a very difficult one. That is a really difficult one indeed. Well, it's a lot of waiting time. Bullet holes being used out, but no, that is going to be denied yet again from Easy Raven, as he actually sees the bullet holes being placed here from Hyper Tushy. Well, it's all down to the only 2 operators remaining on the side of Sanctuary Esports, Stoneheart and Discount, and they need to figure it out on what they're going to happen next. Well, it's just a lot of waiting noise, and I believe one of them is actually using a drone to try to detect, is basically moving a drone, basically detecting where exactly the attacker's location is. Well, the G8 LMG comes in, and Electrix is gone, and the old team of Sanctuary goes down as well. Nades Gaming, a flawless win on 8th round, and a really great wins coming in, as they are going to be winning on a map Theme Park against Sanctuary Esports. And with that, this will be their 3rd loss, I believe, against Sanctuary Esports, having them the higher chances of them being relegated in this tournament.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, an unfortunate end to this one beautiful game that we were looking forward to, and it definitely was a very exciting match all the way up until the role swap happened, and then the power cut from the side of Sanctuary Esports rendered them pretty much unable to contest in this match. With all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be taking a little bit of a break, and we'll be back on the other side with the last 2 games of the night. Nat will be taking on KL11 Esports, while Statics Gaming will be taking on Sync Ignite, and we'll see all of you on those matches very, very soon indeed. Stay tuned.
What's up guys, Captain Arya from the Esports Club here with some pretty awesome news. Now, as you probably know, we've been running the WD Black TEC League for Rainbow Six Siege powered by LG Ultragear for the past few months. As we come into August with our final season of the league, we wanted to celebrate with you guys who have made this an amazing experience and an extremely successful esports event. We've teamed up with some of our favorite partners to give away an entire esports PC for one lucky viewer. Yes, one of you is going to take home a complete PC featuring some of these awesome parts. First up, we've got the LG Ultragear 27GL 650F gaming monitor, 27-inch, 144Hz, 1ms with an IPS panel to make sure you're at the top of your esports game without sacrificing picture quality. Then we've got an amazing lineup of accessories coming in from HyperX to make sure that you're always on top of your game. Cloud Stinger Core gaming headset. For the keyboard, you've got the awesome HyperX Alloy FPS RGB mechanical keyboard. Then your mouse is the HyperX Pulsefire Surge. It's got a brilliant RGB all around the mouse. For the mousepad, you've got the HyperX Fury S. That is the speed edition of the extended mousepad. And then of course for your memory, you've got the HyperX Fury RGB RAM. You've got 16 gigs at 3400 megahertz. Next up, we've got the WD Blue SN550 NVMe SSD to make sure you're spending as little time loading and booting up and spend more time gaming. And then of course, at the heart of this PC is the Ryzen 5 3600X CPU. Now, as you know it, at the heart of every gaming PC is a great GPU. So we've teamed up with Zotac Gaming to give you a brand new RTX 2060 because frames win games and there should be nothing between you and top of the line performance. Next up, we've teamed up with NZXT, who make some of the best and most premium PC components on the market. Powering your PC is going to be the C850 fully modular power supply, and your cooling solutions are going to be taken care of the Kraken X63 all-in-one liquid cooler. Now we wanted to make this PC something truly special, and while the NZXT H510 Elite is a great cabinet for anyone, it wasn't enough. We teamed up with NZXT to give the winner of this giveaway a brand new NZXT H510 Siege Edition cabinet. This is a limited edition licensed Rainbow Six Siege themed cabinet from NZXT. There are only 500 of these in the world and just a handful coming to India. The side panels of this cabinet are themed in the wall and door reinforcement designs from Rainbow Six Siege, and there is an illuminated 6 icon on the front panel along with a 6 icon charm and a puck in the signature breach charge design, which is only available with the H510 Siege. And one lucky winner on this giveaway is going to get a full esports PC sitting inside this beautiful cabinet. Now that you know everything that there is in the giveaway, the question is how you can take part. Well, it's fairly simple. First, head on to the link in the description of this video. Once you're at the giveaway landing page, fill out your details and follow the instructions. First, head on over to Facebook, make sure you're following us. 2, make sure you're following the Esports Club on Instagram. And 3, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Simple so far. Now the interesting part. In a 1-minute video on Instagram, tell us why you deserve this epic new PC from the Esports Club and all our partners. Make sure you follow the instructions carefully, use the right hashtags, tag the right accounts, and you can be one step closer to winning this epic setup. Now that's it guys, just a little bit of work and you can be one step closer to getting yourself your dream PC. I'm Captain Arya and this is the Esports Club, and we hope to see you in our next tournament.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. And injustice. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
to breach.
Go, go, go! Follow my lead! Flashback!
What's up guys, Captain Arya from